everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Manifest Tarot. I'm so excited that you are here with me. Today is such a special reading. I was taking a walk by the ocean a couple days ago and I just felt messages coming from it, like just this. It's hard to explain, just coming to me. So I realized that the next reading that I made would be messages coming from the ocean, messages for you from the sea. So I'm so excited. I have some rocks from the ocean. I picked especially these rocks for you to choose with your piles. So I have 3 cards here. The first one is this Lorelei card number 31, with this mermaid. And with it, I have this gorgeous stone that I picked up for us. Look at this. So gorgeous. Pile number 2 is this card number 15, Message in a Bottle. It's so cute. Do you see the old rotary telephone inside the bottle? Message in a bottle. And with it, there's this second gorgeous beach stone. Do you see these beautiful colors in it? I don't know if it's coming through on the camera, but the lines look blue and purple. They're so beautiful. The third card is the 2 of Pentacles with Oceanus. And this third stone is also one I picked up for us. Look at this one. It's just so gorgeous with these gossamer lines in it. So take your time to pick your pile. You can pick from the image, the number on the card. There's 31, 15, and 2. You could pick from the number of the pile, 1, 2, 3, the stones, a mixture, just anything that you want. Anything that sparks your interest, your excitement, your anything, imagination. That's probably the pile that you want to pick. And if you want to pick more than one, please do so, because that's perfectly wonderful as well. So I will leave the timestamps below and I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, welcome to this special reading. You picked this mermaid card, number 31, Lorelei. And you also picked this gorgeous stone with these lines. It's such a gorgeous, gorgeous stone. So I'm going to put this here and your card. And we are going to get right into your reading. Actually, I think this wants to stay here. And this wants to stay here. This is how, yes, there we go. And we are going to pick, first of all, some oracle cards. So from this deck, I'm going to pick one more. This is the deck that card came from. We want some messages for pile number 1 from the sea. excuse me, whatever the sea brings us. Actually, I don't know why I'm so excited. I'm wanting to pick up the cards already. So this is the second oracle deck. We need some messages for pile number 1 from the sea. Do you prefer ocean or sea? Do you say ocean or sea? This is the third oracle deck. We need some messages for pile number 1 from the sea. And actually, I'm going to take the spirit card from this deck. Night Ride. So this will be our spirit card for this reading. This is card number 46, Night Ride. I wonder if that's the ocean. Magical, magical. So let us see what the oracle cards have to say. Number 4, Moon Dance. Number 2, Yin. Oh, wow. Pile number 1. I am so excited that this came up because this Yin card, Yin energy, is what water has. Flows, and it finds a way through most of the time just by flowing, just by persisting, and by the path of least resistance. How interesting that that came right up for you. What else do we have? This is card number 51, the Quail and Gooseberry with anticipation. It's like we're anticipating the high tide or the low tide. That's an interesting thing. Do you prefer high tide or low tide, pile number 1? High tide is more rushing in and encroaching and reaching out, and low tide is receding and being able to, high tide is also watching the waves. You're watching the waves crashing, they're crashing closer to you. Low tide, it's receding, but also you're able to run around and pick up objects and just be there. Very interesting question. So we have this deck. I've been saving this deck. It's a new deck for me. I've been saving it for us for this reading. So let's wake this deck up and ask it to give us some cards as messages from the sea for pile number 1. What messages? Looks like this one wants to come out. What messages does the sea want to bring to us for pile number 1? What messages do we have coming to us? I think that's enough for now. I'm called to show you this card on the bottom of the deck. I think we need to keep this one out as well. The 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is the yin energy. Rest and relax. Oh, and you see she's in the water. She's half in the water and half out of the water. Wow, pile number 1. 4 of Swords. All right, and then I'm going to pick a card from this deck. Let's wake up this deck. What messages do we have from the sea for pile number 1? And this deck, I'm gonna pick 2 cards. We're gonna have so many cards, but messages from the sea for us. Oh, and this deck. Messages from the sea for us for pile number 1. Pile number 1 needs a message or 2. Or several. Why do I want to limit it to 2? All right, I'm so excited for this reading. Pile number 1. Let's see what we have. The High Priestess. Look at this. She's got her scroll and her light bulbs and her arachnid arms and her herbivore horns and her distant stare. The 3 of Wands, and look what she's looking out onto. The ocean, pile number 1. And look on her dress. Sea creatures on her dress. And she is ready to set off into the great blue yonder. Pile number 1, do you have a trip coming up, or do you have something new, some new venture that you are just about ready to start off on? 3 of Swords. We've got 2 3s right in a row. 3 of Swords. This headless woman. Her head is missing, but she's still clinging to her heart. The Empress. You have the High Priestess and the Empress. All right, and we have here Justice, the Justice card. And we have Awakening. This is Judgment in this deck. That's what this is called. The bats are awakening. Look at how many moons there are in the sky. And also this cat is right near a body of water as well. There's lots of water in your reading. The Fool. The Fool has a little moon wagon that it's pulling. And then we have the Page of Swords. There's a lot of watery imagery because this ground, is it just me, or does this ground look very watery? Looks like water in the way it's painted or drawn or whatever, and the colors, the motion. The ground looks like it's in motion, like an ocean. Motion. Didn't mean to rhyme there. Pile number 1, what a stellar way to end your card pull. You have the 10 of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment card. What an interesting reading. We have so much going on here. You've got oh my gosh, there's so much here. I don't know where to start. Hold on. So, pile number 1, there is such a strong message for you of going within. there's so much, but I'm going to start with this. This Three of Swords, this isn't giving us the regular Three of Swords meaning in this reading. In this reading, we are getting a different message here. It is a message of treasuring your intuition and your heart, for lack of a better word, over your head. Your head is not in the equation right now, pile number 1. You might be overthinking, you might be worrying, you might be concerned about the wrong things, we might be showing concern about the wrong things. This Page of Swords is concerned about what's coming, but we're urged to take this fool's path, straight up fool's journey, pile number 1. The Ocean. This is like such an ocean card. I already said this, but this is such an ocean card. Path of least resistance. Water flows in. Water finds a way. Water is like hydrogen. It's hydrogen molecules like to escape. I mean, it's like their hobby to escape containment. And water is the same way. It just is itching to escape containment. It likes to flow out. A drop of water, it's not like, say you have a bucket of stones. You spill the bucket of stones, you can pick up each discrete stone and put it back in its bucket. You spill water, you can never get that water back. I mean, you can get some, but you're never going to get every single drop back. Water also, if you have a bucket, it's gradually going to evaporate, and you just can't contain it. I mean, you can if you put it in a bottle and seal it away, but even so, it's just, it's like, it's like you've been trying to contain your feelings, your higher self, yet you just can't. You can't anymore. The ocean is telling you that you are meant to be right now at least flowing freely. I didn't notice her beautiful robe is these clouds. So beautiful. You're meant to be flowing freely. You're supposed to be listening to your heart and not your head. Your head isn't even in the equation right now. Intuition, this high priestess, she looks thoughtful, but if you notice, she's put her scroll away and is just looking out. She's using her intuition. She climbed up into this bird's nest to look around. You got justice and you got judgment in the same reading. There's a reckoning coming for you, and it's yours. It's coming from you, from inside you, pile number 1. This justice card, do you see? Of course, justice, being blind, is not something new, but you are being, the ocean is telling you to stop trusting your eyes, stop trusting your senses. You're coming back to the same thing like a wave. You're coming back to the same thing, and you're seeing the same thing, and you're reacting to the same thing, and so it's staying in your 3D. This thing that you don't like, you keep reacting to it, you keep seeing it, you keep acknowledging it. Being blind to your 3D is what the ocean, what the sea is telling you is going to bring your awakening, your manifestation, your judgment, your 10 of Cups. I was going to save this for last, but this is what you are looking out at. So this is this is what you're looking out at, and this is what you're headed for. Do you see her? She's looking. This is her. She's looking. She's saying, this is what I want. And she's stepping from this card. She's stepping into this card. She's stepping. She's saying, I'm going into this card. And she goes into this card, and that's her now. Abundance and blissfulness. And there's so many messages all saying the same thing. This Four of Swords is contemplation and rest. Rest and contemplation. Do you see, justice is not doing all this hard work. She's got a sword and she's got the scales, but it's not like she's in the middle of some martial action. It's not like she's in the middle of some big thing. She's letting the flowers bloom. She's allowing herself to not see, to be blind to the 3D so she can concentrate on her manifestations and get them to her. You're anticipating, but are you letting it come in? Pile number 1, you have all these messages are saying the exact same thing. This Fool, I'm going back to this Fool. This Fool, you are stepping into the new life. You're stepping into the new life. That's what you are. That's what you are being urged to do right now. Stepping into the life of your dreams. Stepping into the life of your dreams. Ooh, where is it? Stepping into the life of, sorry. Stepping into the life of your dreams that you have been dreaming about. And now you're awakening to the new you. Pile number 1. Taking a night ride. Leaving behind the daylight. Look at these two are so similar. Look at these. Night ride and moon dance. Stepping out into what you are wishing for. Stepping into it before you have any evidence. Being the you that has your manifestation. And of course I just want to say, of course I say manifestation usually, but it's your life. It's not just one thing. You're not just manifesting one thing, most of us. Most of us want more than one thing. It's the new you. You're stepping into the new you. Remember, I'm saying this woman, her goal is this. And she's not stepping into one thing. She's not stepping into the woman that has a family only. She's not stepping into the woman that has love only. She's not stepping into the woman that has abundance only. She's stepping into the entire life. She is that woman now. She is that woman that she wants. She's not just the, whatever you're manifesting, she's not just the, let's say you're manifesting wealth. She's not going to become, oops, I knew that didn't look right. She's not going to become a woman that has wealth. She's going to become a wealthy woman. I hope you understand what I'm saying, because all of these cards are saying the same thing. The ocean is telling you to be like it and flow past the path of least resistance to flow into your new self. Don't overanalyze anything. Don't overanalyze anything. That's gone. The head is gone. The sight is gone. The past is gone. Pile number 1. And look at these veins in this rock that you chose. They're flowing endlessly. That's water flowing endlessly, an endless dream of water, an endless dream. There's something else I want to tell you, is that there's complete assuredness in these cards, that it's a foregone conclusion. I just want to point that out. This is a foregone conclusion. This is something that you already have. You are already the person that has your desires, and you just have to step into it. Step into it. There's an assuredness. Look at how sure and I'm trying to find the right word. Just confident is a poor. Confident is not a poor. Confident is not quite the word I'm searching for, but it's good enough. There's this confidence, this assurance, this feeling that it's already done. The Fool is usually looking up and being kind of la 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 and, you know, falling over the cliff. But this Fool is extremely sure. This Fool is extremely positive that they're going the right way. No one is behind this Fool, like the dog in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is barking wildly at the Fool, saying, "What are you doing?" In my opinion. Some people say that, you know, like some people read it as the dog is just gambling along beside the Fool, but the dog, in my opinion, the dog is saying, "You're gonna fall off a cliff," barking away, but the Fool is not listening. But anyway, there's none of that energy here. This cat is just so happy to be carried along. These little flying snails are looking ahead, but they're not concerned. Everybody is just sure that they're on the right path, and that's you. You choose your path. You dream of your path. If you're not sure exactly what you want, your assignment from this ocean reading is to find it, and then you just set off on you step into your new self. This is stepping in to your new self, pile number 1, and there's no doubt. There's no anything. You're being blind to the 3D, and that's your reading, pile number 1. It's such a strong message that it's all concentrated into one message. There's a kernel here. There's a single message for you from the ocean, and it's a wonderful message. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. It's another amazing reading, and thank you for sharing your energy with me as we explore these messages from the ocean for you. And if you enjoyed this reading, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any readings that I do in the future. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye for now. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose this beautiful card number 15, Message in a Bottle, with with this pelican perched on this bottle. You can't get a better message from You can't get a more strong message from the ocean, as well as this beach stone that I selected. And again, I'm not sure if it's coming up on camera, but these lines are such a beautiful bluish gray color. So let's put this here, and we'll put this stone up here. And to do this reading, I'm going to pull from several decks. So this is the first oracle deck. I'm going to wake it up, and we will ask it for some messages from the ocean for pile number 2. Messages for the ocean from pile number 2. For pile number 2, not from. And I'm also going to pull the spirit card for this from this deck. Such a beautiful card. Oh my gosh. Number 8, Red Garden. I would call that a pink garden, personally. Looks more pink than red. The second deck I'm going to take from is this one. We'll pick an oracle card from this deck. We need some messages from the ocean, from the sea, for pile number 2. What do you prefer, the word ocean or the word sea? Let's ask this deck for one card. And then this is the first tarot deck that I'm pulling from. This is a brand new deck I saved for us for this reading. Brand new deck. So we need some messages from the sea for pile number 2. Oh, this one wanted to come out. Messages from the sea for pile number 2. And then I'll take one from this deck. Messages from the sea for pile number 2. And this deck. Messages from the sea for pile number 2, and look at these two just came right out. And then lastly, we will take a couple cards from this deck. Messages from the sea for pile number 2. But pile number 2 wants some messages from the ocean. All right. So many cards. I'm so excited. All right, pile number 2. Rose Garden. Oh my gosh, you have Red Garden and Rose Garden. This is number 9. Very interesting. Maybe this little rose fairy is inside this flower in this deck. I mean, on this card. All right, and then next we have Eva. Oh my gosh, you are really, there's something blooming here for you, pile number 2. This is card number 16, Eva. There's something blooming in your life. What else do we have? Never Ending Story. Card number 37. Never Ending Story. Oh my gosh, this same oracle card came up in pile number 1. This is card number 51. The Quail and Gooseberry with Anticipation. Interesting. All right. Oh my gosh, the same card from this deck came up for pile number 1. 3 of Swords. And it had an atypical message to the usual meaning of 3 of Swords. We're going to see. I'm interested to know if this is going to have the usual 3 of Swords message for you or a different one. So what do we have next? The Devil. Wow. Pile number 2. Who is whispering in your ear right now? What else do we have? The 8 of Swords, pile number 2. How interesting. Do you see this heart? Do you see this heart? It's the same message for you. And do you see what's happening here? Do you see? It's the ocean and the pelican. All right, is that a pelican? It looks like a pelican to me. We're gonna call this a pelican over here, pulling away the curtains. What else do we have? This is so interesting. The moon. Wow. Love and I don't know what that word is. I'm gonna look that up. Just a second. I'm gonna look that up. So this is so interesting with all your other cards from this deck. This saying is love in pain. Love and pain. And look at how appropriate it is with the rest of these cards from this deck. Pile number 2. What is going on in your life, pile number 2? All right, what do we have? The 4 of Cups. Very similar energy to these cards from this deck. What else do we have? The Page of Cups. What difference? What difference this one brings? Page of Wands, 2 pages. I'm so curious. The Lovers, wow. The Lovers card. So you have the Devil and the Lovers, and they're it's like, I'm so curious. What is this one? No way, the 10 of Cups. This specific card from this specific deck came up at this exact spot on pile number 1. So crazy. Pile number 2. What do we have? This is such an interesting reading. We have this line so, like, just so encapsulating one message, and then this encapsulating one message. These 3 cards, and then we have these. I just so much here. What is going on in your life? Pile number 1, and I don't know if you noticed, but there's a message in a bottle, and both of these pages. Both of these pages are carrying messages. Well, I mean, on this one, his little cat dragon buddy has the letter, and in this one, the cat page has the letter. So you are getting a real communication, like an actual communication. We're not just talking messages from the sea, as in like sayings or ideas. You're getting a physical message. So pile number 2, I see some strong balkanization here in your reading. You have this message here, and it is surrounded by different messages. Did you see how it all is coming? It's all in this big line, and it's kind of dominating. My eye is just drawn to this, and not my eye, my attention. Maybe your attention is drawn to this line, but you're being urged. You see this kind of horseshoe shape of other messages. And if we turned it around, we would see that it is protecting you. All of these other messages are protecting you from this message right here. Maybe I will turn the video right now. Okay, I'm going to put my hands away, and I'm going to turn the video temporarily so you can see what I am talking about, which is this. These are protecting you. It's kind of all right, I'm gonna turn the video around now. So you know how we're talking messages from the ocean, messages from the sea, and you know how pearls are created? They're created by oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it's so funny because I was thinking, what is it, oysters or mussels that make pearls? It's the reason I couldn't remember is because both both make them. So it's in the ocean, it is oysters that make pearls. In freshwater, it's mussels that make pearls. So that's fascinating. But anyway, you know how they make a pearl? If there's something irritating gets into the shell, they create that coating, and they just keep coating it, and it becomes, they make a pearl. This is what these things are doing for you. They are surrounding and protecting you against the irritation of this. But pile number 2, what is this? Do we need to look at this so that we can then cleanse, so that we can then expel this message, and that you can just have this? So let's examine these, and then we can expel them, and then you have this. What is this? This 3 of Swords, and the Devil, and the 8 of Swords, and the Moon, and the 4 of Cups. Oh my gosh. And look at this. Look at how different these look. This 4 of Cups, let's take them in order. The 3 of Swords, it is just a heartache. And this did end up being a different reading, and it's more of a more traditional reading than what came up in pile number 1. It is, you are hanging on to some sort of pain, some sort of embarrassment, some sort of rejection, something like that, long after it makes sense to do so. And your head is no longer in, you don't need to think about it anymore. It's just your truth that you think of as truth. You think this is truth, but it's no longer your truth. You might be saying, I'm unlucky in love, for instance. That might be your refrain. I'm unlucky in love. I never get what I want in love relationships. And so you don't even have to think about it. You've stopped. You have stopped logically looking at evidence. You are now just taking this message from your past hurts, and you're making it your new message, if that makes sense. Pile number 2. And then we have the Devil. So this is just signifying you. I think you're the one who's whispering to you. This woman is very happy and joyful, but then this devil is saying, you never get what you want in love. And then she's, all the vibrancy is going to drain out of her and flow away. It could be slowly, it could be fast. And then she's going to be this woman. She's going to slowly drain away and become this woman because she's listening to her own doubts and fears. Pile number 2. Is that what you're doing? Not to say that I haven't done it and other people haven't done it, right? 8 of Swords. You're feeling like this is exactly what you are feeling, like you are unable to move. You are unable to move past this, and it might not, again, it might not be, what am I trying to say? It might not be conscious. It might not be a conscious choice. You might desperately want love and desperately want this perfect relationship, yet you are keeping yourself immobile. Look at how she has wings. She could fly away, but she is still tied. She's tied by 2 little ribbons to this existence, keeping her feet wet and cold in the sea. She could fly away at any moment. She is not captured by anything except her own belief that she is captured, and that is you. And it is not necessarily physical. This is you. You're captured by the past. You're captured by the past. Your self-concept of you not being, for instance, and we're just keeping this as using this as an example. Say you're saying, I never am lucky in love. You're keeping yourself trapped in your old self-concept, the self-concept you no longer want. The Moon, love and pain. That is just not true. The love and pain is the whisper of the devil inside of you that's going to drain away all of her happiness. Pile number 2. Is this, you know what this looks like? Bear with me, but this doesn't look like a foot. It looks like a skeleton foot. It looks like the bones of a skeleton. Oh, yes, it is. Why did I not notice? Why did I fixate on this tiny little thing? She's part skeleton. And she has some clockwork in her head. It looks like some gears. Pile number 2, love does not have to equal pain. So this 4 of Cups can have 2 meanings for you, and I feel like it has both. It has this meaning of being stuck, as in just, like what we've saying, what we've been saying, being stuck in the past, being just stuck, just pushed into this little kernel where you used to be a giant tree. To yourself, you are doing this to yourself. You are compressing yourself back into an acorn. Pile number 2, you're a beautiful, wonderful human being, and you can just blossom and grow into this giant tree again. The tree of you, pile number 2. The tree of your life, the tree of your essence. And This Four of Cups is saying that you are stagnant, kind of stagnant, but you can become. If you need it, you can change this Four of Cups energy into being that of just going within and seeing what you actually want. And then becoming that. So that is these 5 cards. What else do we have here? Do you see this? This is never-ending story, which is a beautiful sentiment, right? But she does not look happy. She looks kind of sad. She looks kind of despairing. And what does that mean? That's kind of growing out of this. Growing out of this. It's permeating into your life. You can just go back in. It's a never-ending story. I forgot to say, do you see this yes, no, maybe? Love, me, yes, no, yes, no. You can put this little arrow to whatever you want. The answer can be yes. Yes for you. Yes. You can just blow on it just a little bit and it will move to yes. Again, this Four of Cups, you can turn this into the anticipation of what you, pile number 2, want. You deserve to be happy, pile number 2, and you deserve to blossom. Oh my gosh, you're blossoming. This is what I was saying about the tree. You know, you're blossoming and growing into this tree. This is you. This is what you can have. And taking away these cards. Let's take these away. I want to visually show you. I'm going to put these face down here for a moment, or maybe for the rest. Your messages, I mean, there's 2 meanings for these pages, in my opinion. Your messages, like that devil whispering into that woman's ear, that message is coming from you, but you can just give yourself a new message, pile number 2. But also you have 2 pages, and that's no mistake. They came up one after the other. There's someone outside of you. There's someone in your 3D that is coming to you with messages, and there is a new love, and it doesn't have to be with a new person. It can be with somebody that you are currently in a relationship with, or somebody that you are like from your past, or somebody new. But there is also someone new coming, and almost instantly, pile number 2, you're so powerful as a manifester, because almost instantly you have the 10 of Cups, which is complete and utter wish fulfillment. This wish fulfillment card is not just love and acceptance. It's also abundance, just abundance. Everything that you would want, pile number 2. Blooming into your new self. That's your message. You are pile number 2. You are your new self, and all you have to do is just look inside. All of these stagnation and pain cards can be blown away. Just like this. There's like this puff of air, and it blows this to the yes, and it blows these away. Or it could be an ocean wave. We're talking about messages from the ocean. You know how when the ocean is relatively calm, and there's just little waves coming in and going out. They're kind of lapping at the shore, and the little stone we'll use your stone as an example. The little stone is it's being a little bit rocked by the ocean waves coming in and going out, coming in and going out. And then a bigger one comes in and just takes it. And it's gone. That's what you can do with these old anxieties, these old pains that this set of cards was showing us. And you just decide, and you keep deciding every day that you are the new you. And some days it's easy, some days it might not be so easy, but this is your promise to yourself and your promise to your new life that the ocean is giving you. This is your message that you are worth it. Pile number 2, you're a gorgeous, wonderful being, and you're worth everything that you desire. And that's what this card is also telling you. You have everything that you desire right inside you, and you can step into the new you, bloom into the new you. This is your reading, pile number 2, and a gorgeous reading it is. Thank you so much for joining me and bringing your essence to this amazing reading. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You picked this 2 of Pentacles. And you also picked this stone with these beautiful, delicate veins. So gorgeous. So I'm going to put the stone here, and the card here. And let's start with the oracle cards. I'm going to pull some cards from this oracle deck. Whoop. It looks like we have this one. Messages from the ocean for pile number 3. Do you like ocean or sea better as a phrase, as a word? And I'm also going to pull the spirit card from this deck. We have the gardener. Let me put this down. The gardener. Are you a gardener? Look at this. She's wearing a house. She's wearing several houses, or buildings at least. And then let's pull some more oracle cards. We have this deck. Messages from the ocean for pile number 3. And then this oracle deck. Messages from the ocean for pile number 3. Messages from the ocean. We need some messages. Actually, I feel like 2 of these want to come out for you. And then we have this deck. This is a brand new deck that I saved for this reading since I was so excited for it. Messages from the ocean for pile number 3, or the sea. Well, sea and 3 rhyme, so maybe you like sea better. Messages from the sea for pile number 3. All right, and then we have this tarot deck. Messages from the sea for pile number 3. Messages from the sea for pile number 3. Here's this one. Messages from the Sea for pile number 3. All right, I'm so curious. Pile number 3. The Journey, card number 19. I wonder if that deer, or whatever it is happy to be being ridden. Happy to be being ridden. Oh, this one can come up there. No rain today. That's funny because it's raining here right now. I also waited until it was raining to do this reading. All right, so let's see what this oracle card says. The Fates, number 17. This is the third 7. Wow, we're lucky today. 27, 37, 17. You got 3 7s. Lucky 7s. Pile number 3. We're lucky today. All right, what does this one say? Ooh, a sea otter. We're going to have this as a sea otter. This is card number 39, the otter and cattail with peace. Sea otter. This is card number 37, the finch and peach with romance. Pile number 3. All right. Judgment card. She's ascending. You know what? When I first looked at this, it looked like she was flying, but no, she's walking. She's actually walking up. Very interesting. The 10 of Cups. Get out of town here. Pile number 3. The 10 of Cups has come up. This is the third reading in a row. The 10 of Cups as a wish fulfillment card has come up. The first 2 readings, pile number 1, pile number 2, the same deck, the same card, the same position. Crazy. All 3 of you, pile number 1, 2, and 3, 10 of Cups. The Empress. The Queen of Cups. What a gorgeous card. Do you see the bloom? And she's standing in the ocean, the sea. We have to call it the sea because it rhymes with 3. The moon. One of my favorite sights is the reflection of the moon on the sea. Let's see what else you have. The Queen of Swords. Wow, your second queen already. Pile number 3, you have some very powerful energy here in this reading. Get out of town. I don't know why I'm saying that. I never say that saying, but get out of town. Pile number 3 is your second judgment card, right underneath the first judgment card. This is awakening, but it's what this deck calls the judgment card. And it's right under 10 of Cups too, as well. So we have 2 more cards. What are they going to say? The Hermit. Oh my gosh, it came upside down. The Hermit. Who is no longer a hermit. And the Page of Cups. And look where he is. He's at the sea. Wow. Pile number 3, there's just, it can't be like, this is the central thing for your reading. You have 2 judgment cards. And it's interesting because one of the judgment cards, the judgment, this figure, this cat, is stationary. Things are moving around this cat. It's like the moon is having its cycle, although they're all what do you call it, crescents, I don't but the bats are moving, the clouds are moving, the water is moving, the plants look very active, like they're just shooting their pollen, I don't know. The leaves are blowing, so the wind is moving. But this judgment figure is walking away from us as the viewer, leaving behind. And should we think that this is the new form of this dead being? Is this the new form of this dead being? Because you know, you see, if you see, she's holding these it looks like plants, but it looks like these plants have been growing here, so she's actually emerged from this. All right, pile number 3. I had to my phone stopped recording, so I had to start it up again and listen. I think that I think I recorded everything I wanted to say, but I'll just say again that this figure is has uprooted these plants that have been growing and is emerging as a new form with wings. Maybe her wings are just drying off. Oh my God. Okay, so you know what a cormorant is as a bird? It's an ocean bird. It's a water bird. I've seen them in oceans and lakes, and they get wet. They dive and, you know, eat fish or whatever. You know, they dive, but then they get out of the water and they just sit there with their wings outstretched, and they have to dry out their wings like that. And so maybe she is having to dry her wings before she uses them, because who's going to be walking when they can fly? But maybe she's unable to fly, or maybe she hasn't learned how to fly yet. Maybe she's having to dry her wings before she can fly. How interesting. But anyway, you have 2 judgment cards, and let us explore some more, because I'm not sure why this one is stationary, this one is moving. Let's see what we have here. You have the Hermit. You have the Hermit. I mean, what does this Hermit say? Have you been, it's kind of disconnected from the other cards. Have you been in Hermit mode? Pile number 3, have you been not looking around at other options, kind of keeping yourself closed, keeping yourself buried? Has this been a choice? Maybe this is maybe it's connected with your judgment cards. Has this been a choice that you've kind of buried yourself? Pile number 3. It's a very interesting question. This one, this card too, what is this all about? It's so funny. The legend here, it says no rain today, but what's it doing? It's raining. In the card, it's actually raining. And so, but the rain cloud is looking away from us and the sun is looking straight out at us as the observer, but the card is lying. The card is lying to us. It is raining today. You have a lot of winged things here in your reading. You have birds, you have this Fate's figure with her wings, you have the Judgment with figure with her wings. You have a lot of movement, and you have a lot of upward, like uplifting and upward movement. This finch is kind of encapsulating the feeling I'm getting from your reading, which is this upward movement, this yearning upward. What, pile number 3, what is going on in your life? Do you have something you really, really want? Is it your career? Is it relationships? Is it abundance? Is it what else? What else could it be? Do you want to move somewhere? Do you want to expand in your career? Do you want to change careers? Do you want to blossom out, blossom up, out? Not even blossom, but fly out, fly up. And this is funny. Look at this cup over here. Doesn't it look like it's bubbles like champagne? All of these cups are filled with champagne for you. Pile number 3. You know what's happening? You know what's going to happen to you, pile number 3, when you do this, when you see yourself as the person who is allowed to do this and you get it, people are going to be popping champagne for you, and you are going to get so much recognition, and you're going to get so much love. Pile number 3. And yes, I feel like this Hermit card was you purposefully going within. I feel like you are on the journey. You're past the point of deciding what do you want. You're past the point of feeling like you are, what am I trying to say? You're past the point of feeling like, can I do it? You're past the point of saying, do I deserve it? You're past the point of saying, should I do it? You are at the point of embodying. You are on the journey, but you are near the end of your journey, pile number 3. That's what I'm getting for you. You feel a certain sense of peace, like you have, even if the manifestation is not in your world right now, in your 3D world, you already know it. You are embodying what you've always wanted. This woman has always wanted to fly, and now she's able to. She's embodying her desires. This is you. You've transformed, pile number 3, and you're only waiting for the 3D to catch up. That is what I'm seeing here. This is kind of amazing. Your intuition, your inner world, your inner landscape has changed, and you are this moon card means to you exactly what it means to you exactly what you've always wanted. You are reflected. This is the thing. Remember when I said that the moon's reflection on the ocean is one of my favorite things to see? You are the moon, and you are seeing yourself, your inner landscape, your inner world is the sea, but it is so calm that you are perfectly reflected as the moon on the sea. You are so at peace. You are so Queen of Cups. You're so the moon in its intuition meaning. You're so at peace. You're so the Empress. You're so the 10 of Cups. You're so this judgment already embodying what she wants. You're the Queen of Swords. You're the gardener. You are everything. You're the fates. And I'm wondering if this is, for a lot of you, if this is one of the things you're manifesting is a love relationship. Obviously, you have romance here, but the romance could be you. The romance could be that you, pile number 3, love yourself so much that you know that you are limitless. This is what I'm seeing. This gardener, so funny. Look at this illustration. So funny. Do you see the roots on this house bulb? so hilarious. What is going on here? I feel like your desires are very complex, pile number 3. Your desires are very complex. And I feel like for a long time you thought they were too good for you. For a long time you thought that you were not enough to, as a being, to embody what you wanted, to embody your desires. There's no, like, it's not a coincidence that this 10 of Cups has come out in all 3 of the readings today, because all 3 readings have a lot of promise, but I feel you, pile number 3, are right there. You're there already. You have these 2 queens and the Empress. Man, you are like in the zone. Look at you. I mean, I can't even cover up any of these cards because they're all saying the same thing. This is your past. There's a Page of Cups coming for you, pile number 3. There's a Page of Cups, emotionally exuberant just for you. You see he's at the ocean. You know, he's at the ocean, but you are the ocean. You are this limitless force. You are the embodiment of the ocean, pile number 3. You chose this 2 of Pentacles. You chose this embodiment of the ocean. No wonder you're so powerful right now. You are the embodiment of the ocean. You are the embodiment of everything. Surging forward. You're surging forward. You're like, your tide is coming in. You are at the high tide. You are at the high tide, like the high tide of all high tides, pile number 3. There's not much else to say. I'm going to pull a couple cards from this deck to see if we can see about any sort of timing for you, because I am just, everything is coming out exactly the same, that you are in the zone. And if you haven't seen exactly what you want in the 3D, that just means that it's just conforming for you. You are in the zone, pile number 3. Let's see what we have here. The 9 of Swords. The Empress again. The Death card. This is we're talking about timing. And so there's an immediacy to this Death card. It's happening now. That's just the Death card. It is now. It's such a melancholy card. Things are happening right now for you, pile number 3. I'm wondering about this one. I feel like you've already realized that any fears that you have are not real, because, oops, look at these 2 girls are afraid of this stuffed animal, but of course the stuffed animal can't hurt you. So let's look at the numbers. We have 9, we have 13, and we have 3. And we have immediacy. So we could think like, you know, the 3rd month, which is March, we have 9, you could be September, you could have the 9th of the next month, right now, my reading, the 9th has passed for this month, but whenever you are watching it, the 9th, the 3rd, the 13th day, we have, month. We could, of course, we don't have a 13th month, but but this 13th is this card 13 is more immediacy. It's like this immediately has happened. This is immediate. So I feel like for timing for you, because you're so in the zone, I feel like it's an immediacy. It's like and this is echoing this Judgment card, because it's a transformation that you already have done. It's just another, this Death card is just another, what do you call it? It's another way to say that you already have transformed. It's kind of telling us more about you, pile number 3, that you already have transformed. You already have. People are watching you all agog because you already have done the transformation. So this is what I see for you, pile number 3. I don't even know what to say. You are like the most powerful. You're in your power, pile number 3. You are surging forward as this huge high tide. And I don't know if I said enough. One last thing. I don't know if I said enough about this 10 of Cups. This 10 of Cups is complete wish fulfillment. It's not just emotional wish fulfillment, it's also abundance. So abundance and fulfilling relationships for you, pile number 3. So whatever you are manifesting, this 10 of Cups is you. You are just so powerful, pile number 3. Thank you so much for sharing this reading with me, and thank you for bringing your energy, because you are so powerful, pile number 3. It's amazing. I know you enjoyed this, because woo, you are amazing, pile number 3. And so I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channels, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye for now.